Monopolies produce economic welfare losses. But we can address that as a regulator by imposing either marginal cost pricing or average cost pricing and the appropriate output with those prices. But there's a big assumption when you do that. You need to know the cost functions of the firm. And we have TED's Ohio Electric Company. You have to know the marginal cost for TED's company. You have to know the average total cost for TED's company to correctly price the marginal cost pricing or the average cost pricing. But here's the thing. You don't actually know that information. You don't have it. You could ask TED, but honestly, asking someone to help them earn less profit, they're probably not going to be very cooperative. So fine. TED, you're not going to help me? We're going to regulate your profits. You're going to be a public company, so you have to file forms with your costs and your net income and all that stuff. And what we'll say is you can only have a 3% profit. So it's not perfect, but you're trying to find a way where you can track information such that you're going to get TED's Electric Company, TED's Ohio Electric Company, closer to the optimal price and the optimal output for the benefit of society. All right, says TED. So if I make a profit above 3%, I'm not going to get to keep it. So if I'm currently making 4% profit, say an extra $100 million, I could either not get it, or maybe I need to think carefully about what's best for the business. You know what will make me a better manager of this business? I need a personal assistant. Let me introduce you to Mr. Brad Pitt. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've seen him in the pictures. And to make sure that my mind's in the proper place, Brad and I need to hold weekly planning meetings. This week, we're going to be in London. Next week, Portland, Oregon. Third week in Berlin. Fourth week, Sydney. I'm not sure what we're going to do after that. Maybe we'll come back to Ohio, where we serve our customers. But really, I need to be in the place that best allows my mind to think about the business. So what TED's doing here, TED is shifting what would normally be profits into costs. Since he can't get the benefits of making his firm more efficient, not only is he not searching for ways to become more cost effective, he's finding ways to increase his cost that sort of transfer some of the benefits to him. He's lost his incentive to pursue being a better electric company, which would have resulted in lower electric prices and the availability of more electrical output to customers. Fine, you say. I will hire an expert that knows your company, which means they'll have information about costs, and I can use that as the regulator to set the proper average cost pricing, set the proper marginal cost pricing, to get around your intent to shift costs at the expense of consumers. Well, where are you going to find an expert? The best expert already works at the company. Brad Pitt. And you can offer Brad Pitt a nice, steady, low-paying government job with some decent benefits. But will he really be loyal to you? Or will he be thinking of his first love, TED, who, after Brad's done his service for the government, can come back and earn some big cash working for TED again? Why is that important? Because if Brad Pitt's the expert, you have to wonder if he's going to truthfully tell you the proper cost curves. Or is he going to give you information that actually is going to let Ted charge the monopoly price, the price that will earn Ted the most profit if his electric company was not being regulated, the price that would generate consumer welfare losses that you're trying to get rid of. Who is Brad going to support? Well, I think you know the answer to that. Odds are Brad's going to follow the money. And when this happens, this is known as regulatory capture. But you are not dumb. You can see this happening. You need to find an expert that isn't Brad. But Ted doesn't like that idea. You know, Ted's reached out to your boss, and your boss as a regulator are the politicians. And he really supports the politicians, donations, whether it's for campaigns or their favorite charity, possibly a charity where their family works on. Whatever the case, no. Ted reaches out to his friends who happen to be your boss, and guess what? You hire Brad Pitt. So that's not going to work. Regulatory capture, you're not finding a way out of it. Fine. Let's nationalize Ted's electric company. We're going to let the government run and own Ted's firm. You know, the politician, I like that idea. My voters like that idea. And for a politician, what matters is their voters, because that's how the politician keeps their job. If doing something makes their voters happy, then you should do it. But the key thing here is, once you nationalize, just don't upset my voters. If your new ideas that could lower the cost of electricity upsets his voters, not going to work. If you have to provide extra services to particular politicians' voters, you know, this politician represents the state of Kentucky. Well, maybe Kentucky gets all these extra services that you don't see in other states because the politician insists on it. Honestly, the politician isn't too concerned about whether or not you become more efficient as an electric company, because they have a lot of things on their plate. The only way the politician really becomes focused on that electric company is if you're going to do something that upsets their voters, which is going to disincentivize people running that firm to take risks that could improve the company, that could lower the costs and make electricity more generally available. And there's also the danger. Politicians have other projects. You know, maybe they're good friends with somebody, say an owner of a football team. And that football owner, Ted, he wants a new stadium, but he wants government help to build it. Well, where can the politician find the money? Oh, well, you know, the government happens to own this electric company in Ohio. Maybe we could raise the prices. In fact, the price that would make the most money for the government that could be used to help Ted build his football stadium would be the monopoly price, which would mean the problem that we were trying to fix, consumers being charged a monopoly price, receiving less output that was socially optimal, may still end up happening.